So Hernandez is safe at third on a throwing error by the shortstop Volpe. So Lux struck out and Otani struck out. So you got 2 outs. But the score, think about fascinating this rally was with the Dodgers. The thing about this rally that made the Dodgers so special and what they did is that they had 2 outs. They still able to come back and tie the game up at 5-5. That's how crazy that meltdown was for the Yankees on this past week, on Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Because Luck struck out, Otani struck out. So you got 2 outs. Okay, you got 2 outs. All you need is 1 out, and it's over. So what happens next? Betts reached on an infield single to first. You know what happened? That's because Garrett Cole did not cover first base. He didn't have the awareness, the fundamental awareness to just go to first base and catch the ball, and he puts foot in the bag. That's it. You go into the bottom of the fifth inning with the score of 5-0. You still got the lead. You haven't given up any runs, and Cole pitched well. But that meltdown, man, he's part of that. I mean, you got to cover first base. So Betts reached on an infield single to first. Hernandez scores. And now you got Smith to second and Edman to third. So now you got the bases loaded. Because Betts is on third. Once Freeman hit a single, that scores Edman and Smith. So he drives in 2 RBIs. And now it's 5-3. So the bases were loaded. Because once Betts reached first base and Hernandez scores, now you got Smith at second and Edman at third. So you got the bases loaded. But again, with 2 outs, the Dodgers did this. This made this miraculous and amazing comeback. So then it's 5-3. Then Hernandez come up, the other Hernandez. He comes up, and he hits a double to center field, and Betts scored, and Freeman scored, and now it's 5-5. Unbelievable. So you had 2 errors by the Yankees, and 4 hits, and 5 runs. But it was all with 2 outs. That's the thing that's fascinating. I understand if it was with 1 out or nobody out. But they had 2 outs. And they still was able to capitalize and get the job done and win this ball game. Eventually win this ball game. So that's the scenario. That's a summary of that inning. One of the more epic meltdowns you're ever going to see in World Series history. So it's 5-5. Now, the Yankees did bounce back, and they got the lead. In the bottom of the 6th, Soto walked, Judge walked. So you had first and second. Then Chisholm rounded into a fielder's choice to second, so Judge was out at second, and Soto went to third. And Giancarlo Stanton hit a sacrifice fly to center that scored Soto. That made it 6-5. And you still had Chisholm Jr. on second base, in scoring position to try to add an insurance run. That could have been a good look for the the Yankees, but they didn't do it because Volpe grounded out. So you got a 6-5 lead. The Yankees, you're up 6-5. So you still got a chance to really send this game to a game 6. So the Dodgers didn't do that much in the 7th inning, but it was in the top of the 8th where they took over. Hernandez hit a single to left. Edman reached on an infield single to shortstop. Hernandez to second. Then Smith walked Edman to second. Hernandez to third. So now Weaver comes in and pitch, but he gives up a sacrifice fly, and Lux scores. Hernandez scored. Lux hit a sacrifice fly, so that's RBI, and that's Hernandez, scoring to tie the game up at 6-6. Then Otani reached first base on a catcher's interference. Smith to second. So it's 6-6. Then Betts comes up. He hits a sacrifice fly for RBI, and Edman scores in the 7-6. So the top of the 8th, that's when they took over, the Dodgers. They had momentum. Despite being down 6-5, the momentum was still in their favor. Because the thing about the Dodgers, they're going to find a way to get it done. They showed that. They wasn't going to get out of this. They're going to find a way. Now, the Yankees still had a chance in the bottom of the 8th. Soto grounded out, but Judge hit a double to left. Chisholm Jr. came up. He walked, but Stanton flied out to right, and Rizzo struck out. So that ended a potential scoring inning for the Yankees. So here comes the bottom of the ninth. Volpe grounded out, third. Wells struck out, and Verdugo struck out, and that was all she wrote. The Dodgers were the champs. But all because of that meltdown in the fifth inning. You take that away. The Yankees are in Game 6. They're playing Game 6. And with a chance to tie the series up at 3 games apiece. We have a Game 7 possibly. Because of that meltdown in the top of the fifth, you didn't see that happen. And give credit to the Dodgers, man. The Dodgers had a great lineup. The thing about it, Shohei Ohtani didn't do that much in the series. The best player in the series was Freddie Freeman. He had driven in 12 RBIs. 12 RBIs in the series. 4 home runs. But what they did in that top of the fifth was a game changer. A big time classic comeback. Unbelievable. Unbelievable series by Freddie Freeman. Hit the grand slam, obviously, in Game 1. You know what I'm saying? That's the series right there for the Yankees. They should have won that game. And they blew the lead. Unbelievable. Amazing. So Freeman, with his 12 RBIs, that was set by Bobby Richardson over 7 games in 1960. He was voted series MVP. He tied the series record for 12 RBIs. So he deserved to win the MVP. You know what I'm saying? All the stuff that he did, man, he was just outstanding. Also, Ohtani, Freeman, and Betts joined the 1955 Duke Snyder and Roy Campanella Boys of Summer, the Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale era that spanned the 3 titles from 1959 to 1965. The Tommy Lasorda led groups of 1981 and 88, and the Betts, Clayton Kershaw champions of 2020. They joined them. I guess like far as championships being won in a certain span of time. So it's the 8th championship, man, for the Dodgers. And also this is truly a true championship. None against what they did in 2020 because the coronavirus pandemic, led to, lesser games being played. They played 60 games. But this is truly a legit championship even more. None against what they did in 2020. That's a legit championship, but this is a legit championship because they did it in a 162-game schedule. And they did win the championship. So give credit where it's due. For the Yankees, you know what's going to happen with them in the offseason. Obviously, Juan Soto, he's a free agent. So the Yankees got to know we signed him. He's going to be up for the open market. Judge didn't hit that well. He's 4 for 18 with 3 RBIs. I mean, you got to do better. Simple as that. So we look at the Dodgers, man. They're going to be good. They're going to be really, really good in years to come. They're going to be the team to beat when spring training comes in 2025. So congrats to the Dodgers, the 2nd championship this decade. So that's the most in this decade because nobody has more than them. Twice they are champions, and that's that. So let's look at that. Let's move into some college football from last week. Currently, let's look at the games that are going on right now. There's going to be an upset alert right now. Miami is big trouble right now. They're losing 21-17 at halftime. We're in the second half. Duke has the ball. And they're losing 21-17, but Duke has the ball at the Miami 6-yard line. And the thing about Miami, their defense is very, very vulnerable. Their offense is great. They got a great offense. The problem with Miami, the last 4 games. Now, last week they beat Florida State 36-14, but Florida State's not that good. Simple as that. But when they went up against Louisville, California, Virginia Tech, they did what they wanted to do with Miami. They put up 30 points, 30-plus points. And right now, Duke is on the verge of scoring 35 points. They got a 21-17 lead. They're facing a 4th down and 1. They call a timeout. I guess they're going to try to make a decision on whether they should go for it on 4th down and 1. I wouldn't go for a field goal from Manny Diaz, who used to coach the University of Miami. This is a big one for him because he got fired by Manny, and they got Coach Mario Cristobal to replace him. So this is a big game for him. And Duke is very good, even though they lost last week to SMU in overtime 20-27. They're a good team. They're 6-2, 2-2 in the conference. This is a team that's dangerous. So Miami's been playing a lot of these close games, and now they're in a tough game right now. They're on the verge of going down 28-17 or 24-17. But right now, Miami's in big trouble right now. They're on an upset alert. So keep your eyes on that. Ohio State is beating Penn State. It's the best game of the day. Um, Penn State has to find a way to beat Ohio State. They have lost to them 7 consecutive times. Another thing that I saw in the stat that Penn State never hasn't lost on November 2nd since 1935. They won 10 consecutive games on November 2nd. That's an amazing stat. It's been a long time since Penn State has lost on November 2nd since 1935. But right now they're losing 17-10 with 10:05 to go in the third quarter. So look at the scores that's going on right now. But right now, Miami's on upset alert, number 5 team in the country, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Once you get to November, now you can't stub your toe. Even if you lose a game, that's dangerous because you could fall kind of below, low in the polls. You know what I'm saying? Out of the top 10, if you lose to an unranked opponent. Now they're facing Duke, who's not ranked. They're 6-2. Now Miami's favored by 14.5 points, but at the same time, they lose this game, even if it's a close one. Are they going to drop out of the top 10? Probably not. They're still going to be in the contention for the championship for like a postseason, berth as far as the playoffs. But at the same time, Miami can't lose. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what's going to happen with the other teams. You know what I'm saying? So I think they need to win out. But right now, things are not good right now. Miami had a 14-0 lead in this game. And Duke came right back at them. And now they lead 21-17, facing a critical 4th down and 1. Now, last week, overall, it wasn't that many. There was no upsets to me that stood out. I mean, Ohio State almost got upset, but they won 21-17. So it's not that much to get into from last week. So I'm just going to bypass what happened last week because there was no upsets that like shockers. Wow. Duke has scored a touchdown. They lead 27-17 on a Malik Murphy touchdown pass to Jordan Moore, and now the Hurricanes are in big trouble right now. They face an 11-point deficit at home. Unbelievable. 28-17. So we got an upset alert in college football. The Hurricanes of Miami trying to get back to prominence. Again, this defense. This defense is the problem of Miami. They're not good on defense. They're good on offense. They're great on offense. But they're not good on defense. The 3 of the last 4 games, they're giving up at least 30-plus points. That's very alarming. Now, Florida State, they're not as good. They got 1 loss in the season. 1 win on the season. They're like 1-7. They gave up 14 points. But when you talk about Duke, they're really, really good. They can put up points. They're 6-2 for a reason. So now this is an upset alert. Still a lot of time left. Now, Cam Ward, the Heisman Trophy candidate, might have to put on his Superman cape, lead the charge, and get Miami back into this game to get the lead. Because right now, they're in big trouble right now. 28-17 in favor of Duke over Miami. Unbelievable. All right, my picks of the week. Let's go over the picks of the week from last week. I was 4-1 last week in the picks of the week. I did pretty good. So my record should be, 30-14? Let's see. 30-14, I think it is. Yeah, 30-14. So I was 4-1 last week. Miami beat Louisville. Alabama beat Tennessee. I was right about that. Georgia over Texas. Wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, my record's 34-15. I apologize for that. But I was 4-1. I was 34-15. Currently, I'm 34-15, 4-1 with the picks of the week. Miami beat Florida State. I was right about that one. Alabama over Missouri. Ohio State over Nebraska. Notre Dame over the Navy. The only game I got wrong was LSU over Texas A&M. That's basically it. So today's games, I had Ohio State over Penn State, Georgia over Florida, Miami over Duke. I might be wrong about that because Miami right now is trailing by 11 points in the third quarter, 28-17. Oregon over Michigan, and SMU over Pittsburgh. That was my picks of the week for today in college football. Yep, so that's the storyline right now in college football today. Is the Hurricanes are in big trouble. They are trailing by 11 points. So they got to answer back. Again, this offense is definitely capable of putting up a lot of points. They know how to put up a lot of points. They're the best. I think they got the number 1 scoring offense in the country. I think they average like 46 points a game, something like that. So they're capable. But again, the problem is if you want to win a national championship, you're Miami, you cannot rely on your offense to do everything. Your defense got to play some defense. Because the best team right now is Oregon. Oregon is really, really good. They good on both sides of the ball. When you look at Oregon, let's look at this matchup against Michigan. They number one in certain categories on the defensive side. For example, they rank among the nation's leaders in passes broken up, opponent passer rating, passing yards per game, and sacks. Their defense is legit. They got a complete team on offense and defense. Miami's not complete as a team. Their offense is great, but their defense is not great. You can do some things against Miami's defense, and you see it right now with Duke. They got 28 points right now. They overcame a 14-0 deficit, and they lead 28-17. Now, look at this Oregon-Michigan matchup. It could be a potential upset. Michigan, the defending champions, this definitely will salvage their season, but I don't see it happening. I think Oregon is going to win. But anyway, Oregon is 7-1 as a top-ranked team. And the thing about the Ducks, why they're the best in the college football right now, because outside of winning that 1-point win against Ohio State, they're routed 5 of their last 6 opponents. So they're doing their thing. They're making it happen as a complete team. They blew out Illinois, number 20 team in the country, ranked opponent, 38-9. They take care of business. And also, they've given up only 15.6 points per game. That ranks 10th in the nation. So they are a complete team. They truly why they deserve to be number one, because they're playing complete football. Simple as that. So that's the problem with Miami. Miami, they want to get back to being great again. You got to play some defense. You got to play great on defense. Your scoring defense should not be giving up 30-plus points. They've struggled defensively. And now they're struggling right now. So to me, I think Miami got a lot of work to do. If they win this game against Duke, which they're capable of doing it, they got a great offense, but they got to find a way to play better on defense. Okay, for Michigan against Oregon, they playing the number one team in the country, right? So Michigan is 3-16-1 against number one ranked opponents. The last time they beat a number one ranked team, that last week, you got to go back 40 years ago. They beat Miami. That's when Miami was the national champions in 1983, going to the 1984 season. That was Jimmy Johnson's first year. And they won at home to beat Miami. So I got Oregon win that game. But back to this Miami game. It's 28-17. Miami has the ball at the Duke 33-yard line. Mark Fletcher Jr. just ran for a 16-yard run, so that's first down for them. So Miami definitely capable of scoring. But it's all about this defense. Where's this defense going to step up? Plenty of time to go in this game. So that's the thing about, man, when you talk about college football, when you get into November, you definitely got to know, put your head on your swivel. You got to be alert and aware. You got to play football at the highest level. This is where you got to get it done. You got to get the job done. Can't, get picked off by unranked opponents. Ohio State leads 17-13 over Penn State. That's 5:03 to go in the third quarter. Ole Miss leads Arkansas 42-17. And Army leads Air Force 13-3. It's another upset alert. Minnesota leads Illinois 16-10. So that's what's going on right now in college football. Let's get into some sports headlines. Let's get into that. Okay, the Yankees, Garrett Cole is opting out of his contract, by what I see. So he's opting out. So obviously that's not a good look for the Yankees. So he's going to obviously test free agency since he's opting out of his contract. So maybe not. He may not go to another team, but he is opting out of his contract. So that will leave the team with the ability to ensure that he remains in pinstripes by adding additional $36 million to the 4 years and $144 million that had been remaining on the contract. So he's 34 years old. He's been among the best pitchers in baseball over the course of his first 5 years with the Yankees. He won the Cy Young Award in 2023. He's a big-time pitcher. So he's opting out. So obviously they're going to try to bring him back. Obviously got to try to get Soto back. Also, quarterback Drake May is cleared for protocol. He will start against the Titans tomorrow. Bellinger of the Cubs, he's opting in for next season. So those are some of the headlines that's going on in the world of sports. All right, back to this Miami-Duke game. As Miami's on upset alert. They're losing 28-17. Third down and 5 right now at the Duke 28-yard line. See what they do. Will they go for it on 4th down? Okay, they got a first down. Jacoby George catches a first down catch to the 20-yard line of Duke. This is what Miami's done all year, man. They play a lot of close games most of the season, outside of the blowouts against Florida, Florida A&M, Ball State, South Florida, Florida State. They played some close games against California, Virginia Tech, and Louisville. And this is now a close one. Well, now obviously trailing by 11, so they got to really, really buckle down and try to win this game. A lot of time left. All right, 1st and goal. So Ward is on a rhythm right now. He's in a rhythm. 1st and goal at the Duke 3-yard line. So look at they're going to score. Jacoby George caught a 17-yard pass from Ward. This is what Ward does, man. He's cool, calm, collected. He knows how to get it done in a big spot, and that's where he is, man. That's what he does. He knows how to get it done. And then Mike just scored. So Cam Ward throws a touchdown pass to Xavier Restrepo, 3-yard touchdown, and Miami's back in the game, 28-23 with the extra point pending. And yeah, it's not a surprise. This is the 2nd touchdown for Xavier Restrepo. We'll go down one of the great wide receivers in Miami history. He's definitely set a lot of records, broken a lot of records, stuff like that. He's moved up, as far as the reception list and stuff like that, yards receiving. So this guy is definitely a big time receiver. So that's the thing about that. So Miami's back in the game. It's a ball game right now, and see if they can do something on defense. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Miami got to play some defense. Miami want to win this game and keep their undefeated season alive and playoff hopes alive, potentially. Don't damage that. They got to play defense. Because right now, they have not played good defense. They're giving up way too many long-consuming drives to Duke. Let's look at the drives that Duke has been on offense. Most of those drives they've been on have been long-consuming. For example, when they trailed, except for the 83-yard 4-play drive, outside of that, you had an 8-play, 77-yard drive that tied the game up for Duke. And Malik Murphy's playing good. He got 3 touchdowns. So he handled his business against Ward. But then you had a 7-play, 75-yard touchdown drive to take the lead. Then you had a 10-play, 75-yard drive to increase the lead. So when you look at this drive, the touchdown drives that Duke has had has been long consuming. It's going like the length of the field. Most of these drives, 77 yards. 77 yards, 83 yards, 75 yards, and 75 yards. So they're not playing any defense, Miami. This is going, they converted on a 2-point conversion. So it's not 28-24, it's 28-25. So Cam Ward ran in for a 2-point conversion. So Miami's definitely back in the game, 28-25. Maybe they've woken up. Maybe they, taking Duke for granted. Maybe they, got caught up and beaten just Florida State. I don't know why. I know that's their rival, but Florida State, this is not that good. But this is a big game for Miami. They gotta get it done. So it's 28-25. 2-point conversion after the touchdown was scored. Cam Ward to Restrepo, and now it's a 3-point game. It's a field goal game. So what do Miami do on offense? What are they gonna do on offense? On defense, against this Duke offense that's explosive right now. Georgia's unstoppable. They've been scoring touchdowns left and right. What they gonna do right now on defense? Or else they get a turnover or something like that. But this is something that you gotta keep your eyes on if you're a casual fan or Hurricane fan. Okay, Ohio State's beating Penn State 17-13 with 3:20 to go in the third quarter. 4th down and 12. Looks like Ohio State. Yeah, they obviously got a punt. They had their own 23-yard line, Ohio State, so they got to punt. So I'm gonna stay with this before I take my break songs. Music break song. Just stay with this right now. Keep you going with the play-by-play. Right now, Star Thomas. He just ran for a 5-yard gain to the 30-yard line. That's the key. What do Miami do on this offensive end? What do they do on offense? On defensive end. What is Miami going to do on the defensive end? Well, they mark it 4 yards instead of 5 for Star Thomas. Defensively, Miami has to get a 3 and out because they're going to get tired. Because they keep giving up these long consuming drives, they're going to have a tired defense. And then these dudes are going to wear them out. So this Miami defense got to get a 3 and out, get the ball back to Cam Ward and that offense, and they try to get a score. Try to go up and take the lead, 32-28. So So this is a big time drive for the defense of Miami. Can they get a 3 and out, get a turnover? Because Duke has been unstoppable, but they're consuming drives. All right, so 7:06 to go in the third quarter. 2nd down and 6 at the Duke 29-yard line. And Thomas, he only has 15 yards rushing and 9 carries. But it's all good. They win 20-25. So we're going to see what's going on. All right, let's see. All right, interception. The Hurricanes have got an interception. O.J. Frederick Jr. intercepted Malik Murphy and returns the interception 30 yards to the Duke 38-yard line. That's what the Miami Hurricanes needed, a defensive turnover. That's what they need. That's what the doctor ordered. Now they got a turnover. They forced a turnover on Malik Murphy. That's the second interception that Murphy has thrown, and now Miami's in business to take the lead. That's what you got to do sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When your defense is not playing well, not stopping people, you're going to have trouble. Now Mark Fletcher Jr. runs for 11-yard gain to the Duke 27-yard line. So now they're in field goal range. Okay, Arroyo catches the pass 11 yards to the Duke 27-yard line.